What's up, everyone? So, I've been told in my life that I have some pretty wild stories to share. So I figured, what's a quicker way to get that information out to other people, get those stories out there? Well, I decided to start a new segment on the channel called Storytime with Kuda. Yeah, that kind of sounds weird. But anyways, for my first story on this segment, I got a treat for you. It's a treat, all right. So every year growing up as a kid, and even kind of recently, me and my grandfather would go on a trip to Canada. Just to fish around. Great times. We would catch sticks, we'd catch trees, and if we were lucky, we would catch the occasional fish. Yeah, if we were lucky. Great times, like I said, right? Well, being way out in the wilderness, we really started to discover what our essentials are in today's society. I think even today we're learning what our essentials are. But the biggest one that I learned, toilets. But this story really isn't about toilets. Oh no. You see, when we were on this trip every year, we had to use an outhouse. You know those things that really they don't flush your business away? Instead, it kind of keeps your business around just for, a little bit longer to, decompose. Yeah, so like I said, we were doing our typical trip in Canada every single year, and, our typical outhouse. But this year, there was no typical outhouse. This outhouse had something I had never seen before in my life. Yeah. On the inside of it, it had this little dangling piece of paper thing for you to read, while you were doing your business. In fine print, it was titled The Poopie List. The Poopie List. You hear that? The Poopie List. I can keep saying that over and over, and it excites me. The Poopie List. What a weirdly formal, immature thing just to have on a piece of paper. The Poopie List. But anyways, it was there, just in front of me, in nice, fine print. Looked like it had just come from the printer. Fresh. Could still smell the ink. It's just as fresh as could be. Now, this was not just any ordinary poopy list. This was like the dictionary of poopies. They didn't just have poopy names, they had poopy definitions. Who would have thought that something that we try to keep so secret in our lives to be so not secret? Because now we can do our business and become educated at the same time. How awesome is that? Obviously, while I'm in that outhouse, I studied this list very well because, what else am I going to do to pass the time? There were so many on that list. So many. None that I've never even heard of. There was this one called the ghost poopy. This was the kind where you feel the poopy come out, but you look in the toilet when you're done, and it's not there. Genius! What was another one? Oh yes, the rosy cheeks poopy. This was the kind where you had to wipe so much that it felt as though you sanded off a piece of your own butt. Now come on, I know that this list here has just solved the mystery to all of our problems. But there was one poopy. There's one poopy that was on that list that I know we can all relate to. They call this poopy the second wave poopy. You know that feeling when you think you're done doing your poopy business and you pull up your pants, you wash your hands, and then it hits you. I must make another poopy. Isn't that just the worst? Because it's like you get back home from a long day at the gym, and little do you know that you're going to end up doing even more squats above your toilet. Yes, so obviously, as you can tell, this outhouse and this list has changed my life. People will always ask you, when did it all change for you in your life? It was the day I was in Canada, in an outhouse, reading what I like to call the Poopie List.